What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 60 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we have the start of season number 14? 40 is 2033, everyone. How are we here? Yeah, time has flown by, and well, to start the season, it's a little unusual. It's the middle of June. The new season kind of officially started a matter of hours ago with the new season ticking over, but it's the Club World Cup. Today, we're going to be taking on PSG in the quarter-final. But before we do that, I feel like this is a rare opportunity to talk about the summer transfer business and kind of what we're up to and what we're weighing up. As you will see, so far this season, nothing's happened. I've not made any deals yet, mostly because, as you'll see here, our bank balance has shrunk a little bit. We do have a transfer budget of allegedly £50 million, so I could end up spending a fair whack of it. However, with the new stadium actually granted a year early, we've spent a lot of money on it. We're due to move into the Brian Clough Park in 3 years' time. It's going to be a 50,000-seater stadium, but as a result, all of our club money has just gone into that. There is no money left really for players, so if I'm going to make any moves, it's going to involve moving players on. For the Club World Cup, we're only allowed to register a squad of 23 players as well. So as a result of that, you might be able to tell by the players who aren't registered here, there's a few who I may be looking to move on. And well, the obvious one, and the one that I'm currently trying to, I suppose, make the most of, is Miguel Antonio, who is, well, waiting on a work permit right now for a move to Chelsea. He should get the work permit. He should be on the move. It's going to raise around £30 million. Of course, we signed him a few years ago for £25 million. The last few seasons, he's not really set the world alight. Only 12 appearances in the league last year, of course. Ronaldo Ramirez kind of made the defensive midfielder position his own. And at 21 years old, I feel like he is just the future there. And in a need, and well, with the desire to raise some funds to potentially make some moves, Miguel Antonio is one of the men making way. It's going to take our total transfer budget to £80 million, which, whilst it offers us some flexibility, it doesn't solve all the problems. It doesn't allow us to suddenly sign 1,000,001 players, sadly. What would have allowed us to sign 1,000,001 players is if I'd accepted this transfer offer off Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea made a transfer bid of £220 million for Erk. Am I an idiot for not taking it? Am I mad for not taking it? Maybe a little bit of both, but look, he's a club legend. Over the last few years, he has been an ever-present part of our team. He's been a massive, massive component of the way that we play. I can't sell him at any price. He's homegrown at club as well. There's just so many reasons not to sell Erk. I just feel like he's this invaluable player who isn't really trying to force a move, despite me rejecting the offer. I feel like we've reached a point now through back-to-back Premier League wins where we have the ability, I suppose, to fend off the bigger English clubs trying to steal our players. You can see here we're now 4th in the major clubs charts. At least right now, he's not crying about it. I don't really intend to sell him at any price, but we're not really in a position where we need to sell. You know, whilst it's nice to raise a few funds through players like Miguel Antonio moving on, ultimately, I'm very, very happy with the squad as it is. I don't feel like there's any immediate position of concern. I know the goalkeeper comes up quite a lot as a position to potentially solve. I am looking at options. I have been looking at players. There's some goalkeepers scouted, the likes of Danny Dyer. Do I have £150 million for a 27-year-old goalkeeper? Sadly not. I wish that I did. You can see here a few of the other players I've been looking at. Schulz was a player who I thought I was quite high on, but he absolutely detests big matches, which, I don't know. Given what happened yesterday, I don't really see him as a all too appealing prospect. There is also Morgan here, who plays for Bayern Munich. He's maybe another option, slightly cheaper, maybe affordable, allegedly has requested to leave, although it seems like right now he's actually happy at the club. That may be a case of the scout report being outdated. Yeah, I am looking at goalkeepers, don't get me wrong. I feel like Toby's done okay for us. Maybe I'm lying to myself here. I feel like Toby's done okay. I feel like he made big saves in big moments, and I don't know, I don't think he was to blame for the shortcomings last year, but when you look across the rest of the squad, it's difficult to identify a position where we desperately need to sign someone. I feel like we are just in a really, really good spot right now. But anyway, it's the Club World Cup. Today we've just got the one game, but it's going to be against PSG, who have a familiar player at right back. Yeah, Regina the reuniting of Regina. I don't think we've played PSG before this, so this is all very exciting. It's worth noting, of course, we don't start in the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup, but if we just look at the draw that we had in the groups, we got drawn with Al Ahly and also Palmeiras. They were two really straightforward games. It felt like a bit of a waste of time, I suppose, to commentate those matches in an episode. We weren't going to super sport them. That's a reference to Town or Town, last year's Park to Prem. If you don't know if you don't know that reference, go back and watch that series. You've got 200 episodes to catch up on. But yeah, there was no super sporting going on in the Club World Cup, not this year at least. But we won it relatively convincingly. The group, 8 goals scored for, 2 against. In fact, after the first game where we beat Al Ahly then beat Palmeiras, it actually meant the second game that we had of the Club World Cup held absolutely no purpose. You can see here, 4-0, 4-2. It was straightforward. We go again here, and I'm curious, where are we playing at for this game? Where is this game being played? It's been played in Spain, everyone. I mean, that's somewhere in Spain. It's not just been played in the middle of Spain in a random field. I guess the stadium's irrelevant. Apparently, though, it's been sold out. 80,000 fans in it. This is a very big game, this Club World Cup. We want a good result. I mean, after yesterday, anything's a good result if we avoid defeat, I suppose. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the full-strength team. There's no reason to rotate. It's kind of a weird year where you have a Club World Cup. There's no such thing as a break over the summer. Just kind of like the season continues on. Hopefully, that's not going to be to the detriment of our players and cause issues with fitness. If you've ever done international management, the fitness levels of players is always a bit of a tightrope to walk, I suppose, in terms of players getting tired and injured. Right on cue. Maybe I'll cancel that transfer of Miguel Antonio going out after all. We'll have to bring in Gibbons here. What I was going to say is if you've ever managed an international competition, you'll know how fitness can become an issue towards the end of the competition in the knockout stages. That actually happens with the Club World Cup in Football Manager because the scheduling is pretty relentless. I did rotate things around for the games that we had, but it's still a bit of an issue. But, well, judged by the fact that Regina's not playing for them, and Ricky Picky's just scored for us, maybe it's not going to be an issue after all. I don't think Regina is starting, and I almost feel robbed of a moment if that was the case. Equipping it in here. Ricky leaps like a salmon. He stings like a bee. The Italian, well, he's just beautiful, isn't he? Lyrical genius. Right, Weghorst to Jude Bellingham. I'm curious, how good is Jude Bellingham in this save game? Also, who is Kirsten? Who are you? You're keeping Regina out of the first team, and I miss him. Oh, my word. Weghorst hits the crossbar. All action in the first 6 minutes. Let's have a look. So, Weghorst, did you play for Bristol City years ago? No, Barnsley. We played against him when we were Lincoln manager. Can anyone else remember that? Apparently, they signed him for 68 million, which seems absolutely mad. Also, who are you at right back? Kirsten. I mean, you're no Regina, but the fact that Regina's not even starting, I don't know how to feel about that, everyone. We've sold him for 180 million. He doesn't even start. Also, Jude Bellingham, he's pretty good in the middle. Don't mind me just looking through their team midway through the game. Mariba, oh my word, that's disgusting, isn't it? That should not be legal. You should not be able to be that good in Football Manager. And then they've just got cheeky Declan Rice, aged 34, playing defensive mid. Does look like they've rotated their team a little bit, although they've still got Mbappe out on the wing. At 34, his legs have gone. Apparently, he's a realistic transfer. I don't know whether or not to believe that. Apparently, I could offer him some money and he might join us. Whilst the thumbnail would be fantastic, Mbappe signs for Nottingham Forest. Question mark, question mark. Not sure it's the signing that we need right now. As Navio brings it forward, skips past his man, smashes it into the side netting. Getting some FM20 vibes from that effort that hit the side netting. Not ideal, but we're a goal ahead. We can afford to have some speculative shots into the side netting. Piana here. Could we catch them on the break? Lind. Lots of players to Lind's right. Lind has attracted some interest in the summer. I talked about the £220 million bid for Erk. Lind actually had a bid from Real Madrid of 102 million. I told them to do one. I hit reject. If there was a do one button, that's the button I'd be telling them to kind of press. Leave me alone. Bugger off. He's not for sale at any price. I wish we had a bit more British representation in our team, given the fact we are, of course, an English club. But Lynn's one of the rare players, and he has to stick around alongside his partner in crime, Largo, who last year slowed down a little bit, I feel like, as the season went on. He looked absolutely just stand out for us in the first half of the year, Largo. Maybe slowed down a little bit, but he's got a goal here. His off-the-ball movement, by the way, is superb. I think that was Navio with the ball through. Not normally a player you'd attribute those kind of passes to. What an incredible ball through to Lago, if it was indeed Navio, which I assume it was because his rating jumped up. 2-0 up, though. You might be wondering, what's the plan tomorrow? The plan tomorrow, assuming we win this, let's not get carried away just yet, is that we will do the semi-final and final as a little bit of a double header. You might be sat thinking, why is this not a double header today? Well, firstly, I wanted to talk about the new stadium and transfers and stuff. Secondly, it's 1 a.m, everyone. I got carried away streaming on Twitch tonight with our save game that we've got going on. Of course, we do stream every single weekday at twitch.tv/WorkTheSpace. If you can't get enough of my voice, it's a lovely place to be. I may have some stream highlights of certain matches that I upload over the weekend this week, so maybe keep an eye out for that as well. It's been a bit crazy as of late. I'm sure you can all relate. When you're enjoying a Football Manager save too much and you can't stop playing, the issue I've got is I'm streaming it. I can't stop playing it to stop streaming. And then I remember, there's still Park to Prem that needs a video recording. And so here we are. It's 1 a.m. and I'm playing Football Manager and talking to myself. And yet I couldn't imagine myself doing anything more fun as we celebrate a third goal. Where was this yesterday? Where was this yesterday, lads? That's my question to all of this now. Sampaio throws it forward. Poyana, lovely little chest down, gives it to Gonzalez. He tucks it away. 46 seconds into the second half. That's surely game, set, and match. I'm just wondering if there's any players I should just take off to protect. Lind on a booking. Not on a booking, but just very tired, scares me. Let's bring in Adrian Smith at centre mid, who's recently been back in the England team, which is really nice to see Smith. Obviously, he doesn't get a whole host of first-team appearances for us, but when he does play, he's impressed enough to get a spot in the England squad. Ball whipped in. Piccione. Now with Smith. Back to Navio. Lumps it forward. I think looking for Gonzalez there. Not sure that was the play. Lee Kangin with it. Navio wins it to Irk, who's going to run down this left-hand side and show Chelsea what they're missing out on. He hits it. And Field, with a remarkably good save there, parries it out for a corner, which Irk will take. Apparently, Irk has given everything, and we should bring in Hamada. Apparently, I should bring in let's sub on our goalkeeper at left mid, because my assistants told me to do it. I don't know. I think Peter Crouch, he's had a few too many vodkas. He's on the WKD, actually. You know, it's the summer. It's the off-season. I allow him to drink on the job. Right, Hamada is now playing on the left wing for us. That is a goalkeeper on the left wing. My assistant told me to do it. I don't know what I'm doing either. Nothing's happening, but I suppose that's to be expected when you take off Irk and bring on Hamada. I mean, they've now decided, oh, yeah, we need to win the game and gone more attacking. It's too late for that, PSG. Ruggieri as a target man ain't going to work out. Hamada, 6.6 rating. Almost a bit disappointed we didn't get to see any of him out on the left wing here. But you know what? 3-0 is a blooming good result. We will happily take that to the bank and back. And with that, we make it to the semi-final, which, well, we will be without Ronaldo Ramirez for. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, unfortunately. And, well, can't believe it. Can't wait. We've got Barcelona on Wednesday, so that's going to be exciting. What's going on in the other semi-final? It's going to be Atletico or Lyon, the United or Real Madrid. There's a pretty good chance here that the next 2 games that we have tomorrow are going to be 2 of the teams that we played in the Champions League last year. I'm going to be sick of Spanish teams by the end of this save game, I feel like. I may never need to manage in Spain with all these times we've taken on the likes of Barcelona, Atleti and Real Madrid. It's a little bit mad. But anyway, folks, that is going to wrap up things from me today. I'm going to go get some shut-eye. Hopefully this video makes it up for midday when you're watching it, as always. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Bit of a fun one, bit of a weird one. Obviously, the novelty of a Club World Cup means that we're back at a very weird time, it feels like, in the middle of June. Make no mistake, though, I'd quite like to win this. This competition comes around once every 4 years. It's a big one. And I like to win stuff, even if you might not get that vibe based off yesterday. Anyway, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.